The Arctic region has gained increasing geopolitical significance due to climate change and the resultant opening of new sea routes and access to the resources there. The melting Arctic ice is unveiling potential oil, gas, and mineral resources that were previously inaccessible, leading to growing interest and competition among several Arctic states, including Canada, Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, Russia, Sweden, and the United States, as well as other global powers. Climate change, while posing environmental and existential threats, is simultaneously transforming the Arctic into a strategically important region. The opening of the Northern Sea Route due to melting ice is shortening maritime trade routes between Europe and Asia, potentially altering global trade dynamics. This development has drawn significant interest from countries like China, which seeks to integrate the Arctic route into its ambitious Belt and Road Initiative. The Arctic is believed to hold a substantial portion of the world's undiscovered oil and gas reserves. This prospect has led to increased resource exploration activities by Arctic states, especially Russia and Norway, and heightened concerns about the environmental impact of such activities. The competition for resources, if not managed cooperatively, could lead to geopolitical tensions in the region. Antarctica is governed by the Antarctic Treaty System and it's designated as a scientific preserve with a ban on military activities and mineral mining. But the continent's geopolitical significance stems from its vast untapped natural resources and its strategic position. The impact of climate change on Antarctic's ice sheets have global implications, particularly for sea level rise. The continent's pristine environment is crucial for scientific research on climate change, which makes its preservation a matter of global importance. As the effects of climate change have now become more pronounced, there might be pressures to revisit the Antarctic Treaty. The potential future accessibility to its resources could attract interest from various global powers that poses challenges to the current governance framework that emphasizes conservation and scientific research for the Arctic regions. The renewed interest in space exploration is also termed the Space Race 2.0 and involves not only national space agencies but also private corporations and emerging space nations. The goals extend beyond scientific exploration to include the establishment of human settlements on the Moon and on Mars, on space tourism, and the utilization of space resources. The military and strategic dimensions of space are becoming increasingly significant. Nations are developing space-based communication, navigation, and surveillance technologies for defense purposes. The establishment of the United States Space Force and similar initiatives by other countries underscore the growing recognition of space as a domain of military significance. Private companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and others are playing a crucial role in this new space race that is driven by both commercial interest and scientific pursuits. These developments are democratizing access to space that was previously the domain of just a few nations worldwide, and it is opening up new possibilities for collaboration as well as competition. Cyber warfare, on the other hand, has emerged as a new realm of geopolitical strife. State and non-state actors are increasingly utilizing cyber capabilities to conduct espionage, influence foreign populations, disrupt critical infrastructure, and engage in intellectual property theft. Cyber attacks can target critical national infrastructure, including power grids, communication networks, and financial systems that poses significant national security threats. The anonymity and borderless nature of cyberspace complicate the attribution of attacks, and it poses challenges in formulating effective deterrent and defense strategies. The establishment of international norms and regulations in cyberspace is a complex but crucial task. Efforts at cyber diplomacy, such as the United Nations Group of Governmental Experts on Information and Telecommunications, aim to develop consensus on responsible state behavior in cyberspace. In the maritime realm, the South China Sea is a critical commercial waterway that is rich in natural resources and it is strategically located. It is the area of overlapping territorial claims by China, Vietnam, the Philippines, Taiwan, Malaysia, and Brunei. And this region exemplifies the complex interplay of maritime geopolitics that involves territorial disputes, freedom of navigation, and regional balance of power. China's assertive actions in the South China Sea, including land reclamation and the militarization of disputed lands, have escalated tensions and drawn international concern. The United States, alongside other countries, emphasizes the principle of freedom of navigation and overflight, and conducts naval operations to challenge China's expansive claims. ASEAN plays a critical role in managing these South China Sea disputes that seeks to balance the interests of its member states with those of major powers. The negotiation of a code of conduct in the South China Sea is a key diplomatic effort to prevent conflicts and manage tensions. The Indo-Pacific concept has gained prominence as a strategic region that encompasses the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. It reflects the shift in global economic and strategic weight towards Asia, and it acknowledges the interconnectedness of the Indian and Pacific Oceans. The United States, Japan, India, and Australia are all key proponents of the Indo-Pacific strategy, which is seen as a response to China's growing influence. The strategy emphasizes the importance of a free, open, and inclusive regional order, maritime security, and economic connectivity. Traditional and emerging maritime alliances are evolving in the Indo-Pacific region. The quadrilateral security dialogue that involves the four powers, that is, the United States, Japan, India, and Australia, highlights this trend as it focuses on collaborative efforts to ensure regional security and stability. These alliances are not only military in nature, but also encompass diplomatic, economic, and infrastructural cooperation.